Hey guys, Five here with episode number 8 of the Brighton career mode on FIFA 21. We're getting right into some transfer action to kick this one off. And we're going in for Ethan Ampadu from Chelsea in real life. And so I thought until I checked in the game and I saw he was actually kind of a permanent player on the Sheffield United books. I was going to wait till next season to sign him, but because of that, we are going to look to pick him up for a cheeky little deal. We've added the sell-on clause, I think. With younger players, I think that's a realistic thing to do. And with someone with quite a lot of potential in Ampadu, then I think that is pretty realistic. But for the contract, we are offering him a rotational role. 4 years. He's only 20 years old, so he's going to come into the team maybe next season or maybe the season after. He'll probably replace Dan Burn, so we might have a defence next season of Ampadu, Dunk, and Ben White. But it's all signed, sealed and delivered. The new number 16 comes in, 5 million plus a little sell-on clause. Not too bad if you ask me. I was going into the game here against against Manchester United at Old Trafford, and the first major chance, comes 42 minutes into the game as Bruno Fernandes holds onto the ball, dinks it over the top to Marcus Rashford, a little 1-2 between Shaw and Cavani, knocks it through to Marcus Rashford. Tariq Lamptey's been caught up in the action, allowing him through, and he just blasts it into that near post past Sanchez, who's been a bit shaky recently. And obviously we sold Ryan. Our backup keepers are 72 and then 70, I think. So he's been a bit shaky. Maybe next season we'll look to pick one up. Who knows, maybe we'll even pick one up in this episode. At 64 minutes into the game, we look to get back into it. Solly March playing on the right-hand side. We made a couple of rotational changes just to keep everyone fit and healthy in this packed January/December kind of fixtures. There was so many. And thankfully, in this game, it worked out as Neil Maupay strikes the ball past David De Gea in the Manchester United net. You can see Ethan Ampadu did come on for his debut. The number 16, I think Dunk was on a yellow card. Sorry, precautionary, took him off, didn't want him to get a red. He's already had one red this season, and thankfully it was avoided. Ampadu came on, no hassle, no fuss, but straight from kickoff, Paul Pogba plays the ball out wide to Luke Shaw. You can see an injury in the middle there, but Man United are playing on. We're not kicking it out, and maybe they're going to punish us here as Edison Cavani dinks the ball over top to Bruno Fernandes. A brilliant bit of play here between them two, and he finishes it off. The old Uruguayan veteran makes it 2-1. It was Van de Beek that went down. He did actually stay on. As you can see, he plays the ball up to Cavani here. Ampadu doing well. Ampadu, I think, did well on his debut against Edison Cavani. You know, the youngster against the veteran. All things considered, it didn't go too bad, but thankfully we didn't make it 3-1 there. And the game did only end as a 2-1 defeat. Unfortunately, we couldn't kind of recreate the result against them from earlier on in the season of the 2-2 draw. But you live and you learn. We go into the FA Cup. We're taking on Sheffield United, Ampadu's former team, as Aaron Connolly. We're playing a rotational team. Aaron Connolly, the Irishman, proves to us why maybe he should be pushing for a first team space. A nice little turn and a lovely little finish from the Irishman there, making it 1-0 very early in the game. And we've got another throw in here and another attacking chance still very early in this game as Pascal Gross knocks the ball to Connolly. Connolly through to Danny Welbeck. First shot was blocked, and it's an open net for him to tap it into. Unfortunately, because that first save from Ramsdale, it did mean that Connolly didn't get the assist, which is quite unfortunate. You know, a goal and assist so early on in the game, you'd definitely be pushing for a first team space. But we're 2-0 up, and it doesn't quite last as that. Chance here for Sheffield United is Richards, I believe, is our player on loan at Sheffield. Plays the ball to Fleck into Sanderberger, and he makes it 2-1, halving the deficit and putting them right back into the game. A full 45 minutes for them to get right back into this one. But Danny Welbeck plays the ball across to McAllister, and the Argentinian, what a strike. Absolutely beautiful strike. It bobbles up. As he takes his touch, it bobbles up, and he just strikes it clean into that top left-hand corner. And the Argentine, with a bit of Scottish blood in him, makes it 3-1 as the Irishman Connolly looks to kind of recreate a nice little goal for himself here, as he's got a lot of space, and he's just going to get onside onto his right foot, strike it. Unfortunately, though, Ramsdale is equal to it. And another chance here late on in the game. We're 3-1 up. We've pretty much secured ourselves through to the next round as we look to defeat this championship team. As Pascal Gross locks the ball across to Danny Welbeck, takes a touch and then a strike. But again, Ramsdale equal to it, keeping the score at 3-1, saving themselves from further embarrassment. And that's that. We're through to the next round of the FA Cup, which is a competition I want to push for. You know, we got knocked out of the Carabao Cup first round. So I do really want to push and see how well we can do in the FA Cup this season. But we do accept offers for Proper and Percy Tau. I'm actually going to negotiate with Newcastle for Ben White. And obviously in real life, there's a 50 million price tag on him. So I thought 55 million from Newcastle and I will absolutely sell him to you. But Steve Bruce was fuming. He'd had enough. And you can see here, Proper will be joining Fiorentina in Serie A. The Dutchman goes to the Serie A to join the likes of De Ligt. But we got an offer here for Pascal Gross. And I was thinking about selling him because he's not first team anymore, Pascal Gross. Lallana is. And I kind of decided against it because we did sell Proper and we are selling on Percy Tau. I didn't want to lose another midfielder, another attacking midfielder, should I say. As a poor back pass there from Ben White, obviously still thinks he's playing for Leeds. And thankfully, Sanchez is there to make it equal. I apologise for this game. The snow plus the white ball really doesn't work. And it's difficult. It's very difficult to play with the white ball in the snow. Maybe I should have changed it. I obviously wasn't aware that it was snowing. I didn't check. But we are 1-0 down. Zambo Anguissa, the former Fulham man, scores against us for Leeds. But we get right back into the game. That man, the Belgian boy wonder, Trossard. He has been our player of the season this season. End of season awards, I'm nominating him for the player of the season. As again, he's through on goal here, past the back line. He's one-on-one with Melier. Tries to sneak it in on his left foot at that near post. But Melier he's a tall lad, Melier, and he does make the save, denying us a chance of getting in front for the first time this game. But late on, Tammy Abraham holds the ball brilliantly, exactly why we signed him to hold up the ball, plays it back through to Trossard. All he's got to do is cut inside, which is exactly what he does. He's got that 5-star weak foot, and he just blasts it past the Frenchman in net, and he makes it 2-1, doubling his goal tally in the game, putting us in front. And all we've got to do is defend for these final few minutes, and hopefully we can get a nice little result here against Leeds in the snow at the Amex. But the tricky winger Rafinha plays it into Calvin Phillips, the Yorkshire Perlo. What can he do? Knocks it through to Patrick Bamford. And it's a wonderful little finish on his left foot there, past Sanchez. And again, Sanchez concedes a goal I think other keepers would save. And I think that might be the final straw. We are approaching deadline day. And there are a couple of goalkeepers on the market that I am looking at. We've let Trossard down in this game. He had a wonderful performance, and all we could do is get a point from it. But on deadline day, we're going to hire a couple of scouts, and we're going to send one of them in Duncan Watson. We're going to send him to his homeland in Scotland, and Joel Charles we're going to send to Wales for 6 months, so pretty much for the remainder of the season. So that'll be good. We've obviously got one in England, one in Wales, and one in Scotland. We've got an offer here for Mitchell Krabownik, the Polish left back. We're sending him on loan to Fenerbahce for 2 years. I think it's going to be a great experience for him in the Turkish league. Potentially could get Europa League, could get European football, basically is what I'm saying. And the goalkeeper of choice was, I think I was going to stick with Sanchez for the rest of the year. But when he came in and he said he wanted a crucial first team role at 79, I realised he was 33 years old. I was a bit too old. So what we did is we went to the recently relegated West Brom. Sam Allardyce still in charge on the game. And what we did, we offered them 10 million, a nice little selling on clause. With this deadline day, we've got to make a nice offer for him. And we offered him Christian Walton, our backup goalkeeper, just so they didn't have to rush about on deadline day and find a keeper for themselves. Big Sam accepted that straight away. I think that was a fairly realistic and a fair deal for both ourselves and for West Brom. And coming in as a former Manchester United man, Sam Johnson. He's in the England squad. He could potentially be a keeper for England. Maybe in the future. He's 27, he's entering his prime for a goalkeeper. But we give him a crucial first team role, 3 years, 45k, and we give him a nice little £450,000 bonus if he keeps 15 clean sheets. And the reason I went with him over Sergio Romero, even though he's 2 ratings lower, he's 6 years younger, and I think he can grow to higher than 79 overall. As you can see here, Leandro Trossard received an offer for Porto, and maybe slightly unrealistically, we rejected it from the Champions League team. But what we did, I promised him, I said, I'm going to reject it, but I'm going to give you a nice new bumper contract. So what we did is we met up with Trossard later in the day. We gave him a 2-year extension, so he will be here for he'll have a 4-year, 6-month contract after this is signed. We're going to give him no release clause, and for his wages, he's currently on £47,000. We are going to up that to £75,000. We're going to give him a nice little signing on bonus of 2 weeks worth of his wages, and a nice little goal bonus of £500,000 if he scores 20 goals, which is very likely this season. He's been banging them in. So, just to keep with the realism, we rejected an offer from a UCL team, but we offered him a nice bumper contract, which he did accept. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one, though. If you have, please like, subscribe, and peace.